What's up, guys? FenceCK here, and I am finally making that update video. So clearly I'm using my front-facing camera. I know it looks terrible. It's because my phone's cracked, but nonetheless, um, the last year has been very tumultuous for me. The trailer that I was living in, it had black mold really bad, like ridden throughout it, and I ended up getting evicted from said trailer in December. Um, but going back, we'll start. We'll start with when Tristan moved in, because that was when I started to relapse again. And yes, I did relapse again last year. And I was not daily using fentanyl, but it was the majority of the time, mainly because Tristan would have it all the time. And I was on methadone already at that point. So it really was just, you know, doubling a habit. And so um, eventually it got to a point where he had a psychotic break off meth and fentanyl one night, and I had to kick him out and have his dad take him to rehab. Um, don't know really what's up with him at this point. I've tried reaching out and seeing if he's good. Last I heard, he's been saying a lot of negative things about me and about how I kicked him out. And basically, I'm the cause of him being homeless now. And just all this and that and the other, even though I didn't charge him rent. He didn't get a job the whole time he lived with me, and all he did was sit around and smoke blues and meth. That's that. So, anyway, fast forward to December 26th was the day that I got evicted. I even presented all of this to court and everything, and they just straight up would not let me like have a case. They were like, "Do you have the rent?" No. Okay. Well, you have 5 days to pay or quit. And so I decided, fuck it, this place isn't worth it. My bed fell through the floor because of water damage. There's black mold that's making me so sick that I lost a job over it. Literally, I was in the emergency room for several days. Um, just different things like that. Horrible conditions. And I had proof dating 2 years plus back from previous owners that there were these issues going on and needed to be fixed, and they said that they were going to fix them then, never got fixed. So either way, gotta love Arizona. It's a landlord state and a right to work state, so they just fuck you every which way, you know. But anyway, so after that, I ended up staying at a place called the Miles Motel, which, if you're not from Mesa, Arizona, you're not familiar with it. If you are from Mesa, Arizona, you probably definitely are familiar with it, and for no good reasons. No good reasons at all. People die there all the time. People overdose there all the time. It's a major, major fentanyl and meth hotspot, and it was the only place that would take me because I have shit credit. So I moved in there, studio apartment, $1,600 a fucking month. Not even a month, every 28 days. Okay? $1,600. So, um, basically stayed there for 2 months, and then my roommate moved out last minute on me. The day before rent was due, he told me that his mom needed him to come and pay rent. Um, because her boyfriend moved out or something. And so, that being his mom, I guess, I get it. But also, his mom was the reason that he was living in a car for a very long time, and she is a meth addict herself. But I digress. Anyway, at the Miles Motel, I had to Narcan one of my good friends because he overdosed at my neighbor's apartment when I was asleep. This was 7:30 in the morning. I got a knock on my door from my neighbor screaming that we needed Narcan. Bryce is dying. And so I grabbed the Narcan and I rushed over there, and that was the moment that really solidified in my head that I never want to touch these pills again, because it's gonna sound really stupid if you've never experienced it, but overdosing and then witnessing an overdose are two completely different experiences, okay? Overdosing is not nearly as traumatic of an experience as witnessing an overdose, especially when it's somebody that you care about. So, yeah, hit him with an Narcan, and it didn't seem like it was working at first. And at the time, I wasn't even thinking straight. I still had two other doses of Narcan back in the apartment, but I didn't know where they were. And either way, he ended up coming to finally. And I watched him for like the next hour and a half to make sure that he was actually okay. Made him drink water, sit upright, and all that, you know. Fortunately, you know, he was good. Um, didn't have to call an ambulance or anything for him. Um, but uh, yeah, I haven't touched fentanyl since, you know, before that night. And yeah, that was New Year's Eve that happened. So it's been over 7 months now at this point that I've been off of it, and um, I've been on methadone for a little over a year now, which I mean I would like to eventually come off of, but for right now I think it's best that I stay on it. Um, yeah, really, that's that whole aspect of my life. Afterwards, I was homeless and living in a garage for about a month, and then I started working at a vape shop while I was homeless, and I saved up enough money to get an apartment and everything, and or not an apartment, but a townhouse, which is where I'm currently staying now. I've had it for a couple months now. Um, I have fiber internet from Cox, you know, like 1,000 megabytes a second or whatever, you know, the whole gig internet. Fucking, um, I got a PS5. You know, things that when I was using, I felt like were out of my reach. I mean, I drive a Lexus now instead of that, you know, shitbox Yukon that I had. Just all kinds of things. And so things were looking really down for me for for a bit until I got that job, and unfortunately, I self sabotaged that in a way, by getting in a fight with a coworker, and basically got sent home, told to turn in my keys, and that was that. Um, but we're waiting on a call back from a dispensary right now, another dispensary, which I really want to get back into the cannabis industry. That was another thing. I was working at a dispensary for a while. I don't think I've made any content since then. But that was easily my favorite job that I've had. I mean, it fits me perfectly. But anyway, that's really that. And I guess just to cap this off, is there a way I can flip the camera around mid video? Maybe not. Well, kind of get a look at what my room looks like. My little setup. I don't want posters up and all that. But yeah. So that's pretty much that. That's what's been going on with me lately. Hopefully y'all have been doing well as well. Um, better than me, at least up until the last few months, hopefully. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, one other thing. I am now back in my dad's life as well, which um, that was a very, very nerve-wracking decision for me to make because I didn't know what to expect. Um, and I was worried that he was going to be really mad at me for everything that I've done and just, the past few years. But all is well, you know. Um, I'm 24 now. I'm an adult. I made my own decisions, and I'm gonna right my own wrongs, and that's that. So, yeah. Anyway, it's been Fent. Hopefully, you enjoyed hearing about my boring existence once again, and to anybody who thought that I might be dead, not dead, still here. Hair might be longer. That's about all. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be ready for some more gaming content and potentially some music content coming soon. So, yeah. Peace out.